What's up, everybody? This is your stream, Mr. Steven, and welcome to the Steven Factor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back from my vacation to DER. I just went there by a week and came back by February 9th. And I decided trying to take a 2 week hiatus. Oh, sorry. Excuse me about that, about yawning. So I took a 2 week hiatus. Um, then you watching my 3-part episodes on my trip. I hope you enjoyed it, and especially for all of you people as well. Um, to enjoy this outstanding episode about my trip, I hope that people will make more viewers bigger and better than ever. Tonight I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to do a very special episode on the Steven Factor that I like to call After Kobe. Now, as you may know, first of all, the memorial service was great. I really enjoyed it. See Vanessa, Shaq, Michael Jordan, Sabrina. There's Jimmy Kimmel did a very good job as a host. We have Alicia Keys, Beyonce, and Christina Aguilera. People nailed it, and they rocked the night as well. I really don't know how to say this, but if you watch my 5-week episode of 820 Forever 824, the life and legacy of Kobe Bryant, my video became as a top of the number one top of the recent videos. There are 46 viewers so far and still counting. I just want to say thank you to all the viewers who've been watching this very special episode. And yes, I get very emotional. at the same time, but I had to do it. I had to let it all out. But it was very emotional and very inspiring, Um, I want to tell you about what happened and how it went down. Um, it's around Sunday, January 26th uh, of this year in 2020. And this is the Steven Factor 2020. I want to tell you how it went down and how that happened. I want to get my phone for 1 second. So I want to show you a story about what happened in Laundromat. I was washing clothes, which is not mine actually. I also listen to the music at the same time, so I just playing with this music with this my old phone, ZTE Max Pro, and excuse me, and I went on the social media on my phone as the Kupak Legacy, and a second later, I just find out that there's a breaking news on Instagram that TMZ confirmed that Kobe Bryant died on a helicopter crash. And I just said to myself, this can't be real. This can't be real whatsoever. And I was trying to call Martin, and Martin said to me, yo, and I told Martin, I got some bad news. Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash. And my friend said to me, like, he said, no, it cannot be true. And he and I started looking for social media. I went on Google, I went on Wikipedia, I went on Twitter. But an hour later, it's been confirmed that Kobe Bryant died on the plane crash. I mean, on the helicopter crash, and it was completely stunned. It was completely shocked, and also it was sad, and it feels like you've been punched in the face. And I decided trying to grab all these clothes, went upstairs and watched the whole Kobe Bryant ESPN. Even I was trying to explain to my mother who Kobe Bryant really was and everything. But during that very special tribute to ESPN, did a very good job to gavel the gavel about Kobe's death, and it would take 72 hours to attribute to that man. People break their own silence, and people don't know what to do, and they always trying to do the right thing. But to be honest with you, if you're watching the news, you have to be silent. And I always want to be as a silent guy. Now I am a silent guy because I want to see the news, which is happening in the world, and that was very most important. And when something tragic in the news, you have to be silent. Even I really don't like people always been chatting and chatting and chatting while you've been interrupting or watching a tribute to Kobe Bryant, and that really bothers me. I mean, like when you're watching a um, a tribute to Kobe Bryant, you've been people been talking and talking and like a damn chatterbox, and it really bothers me. Like I have a TV in the living room, and I decided to watch a tribute to Kobe Bryant, and meanwhile, my sister's been talking and talking and talking, and it really bothers me. I really don't want to talk while I've been watching the tribute. So I'm just saying, like, if you've been watching the tribute, you could discuss it later or during the next hour or so, or even a minute. Um, but it's not working. I mean, if you're a black man, or you're a black person, you always talking and talking like a chatterbox. But I really don't like that whatsoever. I really don't like that whatsoever. It really bothers me. It really ticks me off. But you should never interrupting while you're watching this tribute. So here's my advice: if you're gonna watch the tribute, uh, when the tribute finishes, you could discuss it afterwards, and that's my opinion from me to you. So when the tribute finishes, you could discuss it after. I mean, you could talk to your friends on the phone or in person, or you could talk to your family, or you could teach your parents that who this person really was. But don't you talk in the middle of the tribute, because it really bothers me, and it really bothers everybody else, because you know that y'all talking too much, and that's why they're always being silent. But I just don't want to say anything because I want to watch this tribute to be finished, and I will discuss it later. So that's how I always do. Um, and I tried to talk a little bit, but I really can't, because when I'm watching a tribute, because I want to learn that who that person really was, and that man was Kobe Bryant. But like I said, I really don't like people been chatting and chatting and like a chatterbox, and while you watching this special tribute, that was completely very disrespectful, and it really ticks me off, and I really don't want to, and I want to hear what they said, but I can't hear them what they say, because they're talking and talking and talking, and that's how really it goes. But it happens sometimes. I didn't stop it, but eyes trying to keep chattering, I want to tell you how it went down about this situation. Okay, it happened in LA on the West Coast, and Kobe wanted to ask this pilot to come fly to the Mamba Mentality Academy and to bring his seven friends with them. And they decided trying to flew over on the mountains on the West Coast. So pretend this is a helicopter, right? So you flew on a helicopter, you pretend it's a beautiful day, but meanwhile there's a total fog coming in, and it feels like it feels like the fog's trying to close it in, and you don't know where you're gonna go, and you've been fans forever. So the pilot's trying to underground it. He wants to ground the helicopter, and they rotate it and rotate it, but when it lands on the ground, boom, into the mountains, they've been died into pieces of ashes. And some people find the bodies, but I don't know what happened to Kobe and Gigi. They could be found in bodies or been dying to ashes. But here's my advice, man. How in the world do you went on a helicopter in a time like this? I mean, like, it's way dangerous. That's number one. And number two, the weather conditions are dangerous as well, too. You should never go up there. On this helicopter crash of this helicopter. But also, and before you head off, you should check the weather before you head on the air. I mean, the weather is very important. It could be sunny, it could be foggy, but no, you shouldn't take the weather. I mean, you shouldn't look at the weather before you head off, because some weathers are completely dangerous, and you really don't know what is really going on. But Kobe thinks that there's traffic over there in West Coast. They cannot make it in time, so they went on a helicopter, and boom, they've been dying to pieces. And it was so sad, and millions of people been paying respects to Kobe. They've been silent for 72 hours and all kind of stuff. And the Lakers are still keeping in silence. LeBron James still keeping in silence. Even my sister thinks that they think that they said things about Kobe Bryant on social media. And I said to myself, no, they're not. No, they're not. You know why? Because they still continue breaking their silence. During that night, LeBron James made a very special tribute to Kobe Bryant, and it was very touching and very sad. And LeBron James did a wonderful thing to use the words about Kobe Bryant for the past 2 decades or more, when he was a teenager and he grew up with Kobe. I've been well in the kitchen. I cry a little bit. I talk to my neighbors, and everything new about Kobe as well too. Even my friend Ray said, keep your head up." And yes, I always keep my head up and everything. But like I said, I mean, Kobe was a wonderful guy and a wonderful legend. But what really very concerned me is that they did an investigation. It's been revealed that there's no black box to contact to their loved ones. And that's the most important thing. They need a black box to contact to their loved ones, because that's their safety. And this guy just talk about over 20 years of their flying experience, and he doesn't know what is really going on. 8,000 hours. And the year 2015, it's been revealed he's been violated of the weather rules, and he doesn't like the rules. But since Kobe just asked him to fly, they're in the wrong place in the wrong time. And oh yeah, it was the impact right here when you in somebody's crash. It was completely terrible. And my sister thinks that she said that it's just a setup, but it's not a setup. It's just an accident. I mean, things happens all the time. When people die, things really happens. People crash, and people are been shot and shooting. They don't know what is really going on. It feels like a mystery here. I mean, there's no mobsters, there's no gangsters trying to set up Kobe and his friends, trying to give a pie some money. That's not how it goes. That's not a setup. It's just an accident. And some people think they want to become a private investigator or some kind of detective, um, some kind of like a detective, or who you think you are, like a detective Benson, like Law and Order SVU. I mean, like, come on, it's just an accident. You don't have to solve the puzzle pieces together. You're not like an investigative reporter or the detective. It just happens. Things just happen in this world. They don't know what is going on in this world. And to be honest with you, I just realized that Kobe and Gigi had a good life. And if Vanessa talk about memories about Kobe and Gigi and the memorial service, yo, do you know how long she been took this? Like 21 minutes. Just 21 minutes to do that speech. And she nailed it pretty good, to be honest with you. Uh, um, ugh, that's crazy. But you know what's even crazy with this? Some anonymous Twitter wants to make a stupid prediction from November 14th, 2012, and it says, and I quote, Kobe Bryant may die on a helicopter crash, and that was 8 years ago. That was 8 years ago. But look what happened to 8 years later. Some anonymous, he or she just realized that it's heartbroken that they made that he or she made a stupid prediction like that. And as you really know about this, that dot noso, that's pronounced DOTNOSO, that's the anonymous Twitter, retweets and predicts at the same time. I don't know who that person really is, but they need to show him or herself. But I'm sorry, it needs to deactivate this Twitter permanently, because right now I don't know why they've been done this. It's crazy. It's very crazy. It feels like you're in the Twilight Zone in 2020. Um, I really don't know how this happened, but like I said, it's just a mystery. We're in the present time, and 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 it's awful. It was completely awful. That's how it is. It is awful. Um, and it's also um the ratings over the weekend that it also really pisses me off. Like I said, ESPN did a very good job to do a gavel to gavel, and they also did a very special tribute to Kobe Bryant. But remember, there's a little technical difficulties on the LA feed, so do not blame ESPN. It's all over the social media as well, from Washington Post, the local news, everything. Is the satellite feed's been glitching up. That's why, but they already fixed it until Shaquille O'Neal made the speech, a little half of it. Um, that's all. Um, but the NFL Network. I mean, I watch the NFL Network, but I think the NFL Network will plunge your ratings as well too. And even as you know, Super Bowl just around the corner since a month ago, headed to February, and I just can't keep focusing about football right now. It's keep focusing about Kobe, and that's the really most important, not football. And NFL Network should the same thing. They did a tribute to Kobe Bryant on NFL Network, but it's not a football related. It's a basketball related. And now they just move on and talk about Super Bowl and Chiefs and stuff. I just don't want to feel it. I just don't want to excited about it. Jimmy Kimmel did a very good job tribute to on his show on Jimmy Kimmel Live about Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant went there for 15 times. And also, I forgot to tell you, he won an Oscar also about their basketball. A very short animated film by Kobe, and he did a very good job at it as well too. Um, Search their basketball, you could watch it. It was a very emotional cartoon. Um, Jimmy Fallon made a tribute to Kobe Bryant as well. Um, just a little tribute that he did before he head off the show, and that was really the most important. But the Jimmy Kimmel, on the other hand, there's no live studio audience. He will do it, um, speak to us directly on the audience into their living rooms. And he did a very special tribute to like four or five clips of the show. That's the most important. Um, Stephen Colbert also did a tribute to Kobe Bryant, but he made the tribute to 24 hours late. So that means his show went down the ratings. But the Tonight Show and Jimmy Kimmel did a very good job with their goodwill ratings. But I think Jimmy Kimmel nailed it for the night too. So Jimmy Kimmel, you did a very good job. Thank you, my brother. Um, before I go, um, there's an in a memorial service, they didn't even mention Kobe's parents. And I know it's very sad, but they had to mention Kobe's parents more often. But the problem is, the reason why they didn't even mention Kobe's parents, because Kobe and his mother really don't get along. Why? Well, because she tried to steal one of his son's souvenirs when he was on high school, the rings, the jerseys and stuff, the trophies. And she wants to sell them to make more money so she asking Kobe to buy a new house. But that was a stupidest thing that she ever done. I mean, how the hell you want to took your son's stuff and trying to make donate it for the charity so she can make more money to buy a new house? I mean, for what? Do you think Kobe Bryant was a rich man? Do you think Kobe Bryant's the next Scrooge McDuck? No. Kobe Bryant doing this for the community. That's it. He doing this for the community. When he doing this basketball, he doing this for the community. He doing this for his family, friends, relatives, you name them, they got him. But Kobe Bryant doing this for the community, but not trying to steal all of his stuff, trying to make more money, all kind of shit. It's messed up. And Kobe Bryant said to ESPN, says, and I quote, the relationship has been effed. Because his mother want to ask him more money, and that's not enough. He cannot do that. He's doing this for the community, not selling new houses. What do you think he is, the next Tom Brady? Alright? Because Tom Brady make more mansions. He not doing this for the community because he doesn't care. But Kobe Bryant, on the other hand, he do some positive things. He do this for the children. He do this for the basketball players in the Amaba Academy. And especially for Amaba Academy. Sorry about that. He also do so many generations for all the boys and girls on the NBA and WNBA, from straight, gay, lesbians, transgenders, brownies, you name them, they got them, man. And Kobe Bryant did a good thing because he was a legend and a hero. And that's just sad, man. It was just sad. And I already knew Kobe by heart, you know? And even he and Shaq get along like this, like a nice, perfect bond as brothers. And when I see that clip, there's Shaq and Kobe just lift him up and they just give him a hug. But my sister, very mistakenly, it was Magic Johnson give Kobe a hug. But no, it was Kobe just lift himself up. Shaq hug him like this. They won a championship, and that's why they got their dynasty. Um, but you know what? Like I said, he have a good life. He have his wonderful life. Gigi have a wonderful life too, and it was it's completely amazing how Kobe has done, and that's how that house that Kobe built. I think that's about it. That's the end of my rant. But let me tell you something. This rant is just a beginning, because coming this March, my friend Demetrius Scott will do a crossover with me on this part two episode of After Kobe, and I will definitely get ready for the contact. So right now, this is your truly, Mr. Steven saying Dola by La Familia, and thank you for watching the Steven Factor. God bless.